Well, while everybody is torn between whether they want to share their feedback or not on Limit Break, I personally don't mind Limit Break, honestly. But Accelerator did make a point. Accelerator did make a point about how would it feel being in a position of somebody who has 250 mil TCP, which is the minimum requirement, through 300 mil TCP. I may add 300 to 400 because that's below the heavy TCPers and stuff like that. And I actually have buys in that range. I have buys in the range of I have my alt buys in a range of 350 mil to 370 mil. So they're a little close to there. They're a little close to there, but like, yeah. But I do sympathize because we were once 250 mil at some point. At some point, we were once 250 mil. We were that low CP person or that low TCP person. We were that person at one point. Before people gained power, got so full of themselves, got stuck up and all that stuff and everything, and that's why I'm glad that I haven't really forgot the mechanics. Because you can't forget where you come from. And the main reason, and take it from me, I can sympathize the most because I literally geared up to carry people who were struggling and needed help and stuff. But some people got too entitled and just took it for granted and stuff and bit my helping hand. And that's why I feel the way I do about helping. Helping now. So as much as I would like to engage with the community, I can't really engage with the community anymore. It's just not the same. So the least I can do is just give people my notes and stuff and advice and teach from afar. Well, quotation mark, teach from afar. Or mentor from afar and give advice from afar. Because at the end of the day, I'm still hated. People don't like me because of the stuff I said and done. Even if it was honest, even if it was to help them, at the end of the day, people are still entitled to their feelings. People don't fucking like me for what I've said and what I've done, and how I've called them out on shit. So the most I can do is quite literally teach and mentor and give advice from afar. The most I can do in the situation is just hand everybody my notes. If they'll read it, that is. Granted, if they'll read it and watch it, because there's a lot of useful info in there too. And a lot of those people have not done the content before, let alone a lot of these people listen to these dumbasses. Skip Gear did not fight those bosses. And the main ones were like, how do I fight this boss? How do I do this? Yeah, I kept those notes for a reason. I never delete those guide videos. I kept them for a reason. I knew they were gonna come in handy, and now now the time they're gonna come in handy. But like, just like, at the end of the day, I could scold everyone for skipping gear and everything, but at the end of the day, we still have people that need to be taught how to do some of these bosses, so they'll make things harder for everyone else. So the only thing I can do in this situation is really give people my notes and guide videos and pray that if they actually do want to help and contribute in a lemon breaking party, they'll at least know the mechanics, so they won't slow the others down. That's probably why. That's because, look, you may not have a TCP, but if you can do the mechanics, I'd take you. I personally don't mind lengths. I personally don't mind time lengths when it comes to my runs and stuff. I don't really care, actually. It's just that, like, for something like this, I'd rather have somebody who know the mechanics come with me, rather than somebody like, okay, you may not have the power, but do you at least know the mechanics? But that's the thing. These people, this reminds me of something that people argue about on L-Sword. People are not getting taken because they're too low, or they're specific. They're in like a specific something, right? And you just might have an edge in getting taken compared to others if you know the mechanics. So when I was looking for people for weekly, that's why I put the minimum requirement to enter my party 250 mil. You literally have to be 250 mil to enter any. You literally have to be 250 mil to even stand a chance anyways. It said the minimum requirement 250 mil. You won't be able to clear it solo, but to stand a chance at least 250 mil. Somebody who kept applying to my party was 231 mil, and it was a Soma. I kept turning them down because I wanted them to get just a little bit stronger. If they got to 250 mil, I would have instantly snatched them. I would have instantly took them in. This time I don't care because I know the mechanics. So this time I don't care because I know the mechanics. I haven't forgot the mechanics, unlike everybody else who's so busy sitting on their high throne and looking down on others and talking down on others and being condescending and all that stuff. No, I haven't forgot how I came up. I haven't forgot that I was the one when other people would turn people away. I would try to help them, even though I still got my helping hand bit, but still try to help. I haven't forgot any of that. So when it came for putting a requirement on, I put 250 mil requirement. At least be the recommended TCP. For me, at least. Yeah, and y'all saw my chat too. Y'all know that video called How Did Limit Break Go? Yeah, y'all saw my chat, didn't y'all? Y'all saw that I was at least asking for people that are at least 250 mil, right? Unlike the rest of these people who are trying to see how fast they can speed run it and asking for 400, 450, or 350 even. Y'all saw I was just asking for 250. I wasn't asking for much. I was asking for 250. Y'all saw that, right? Well, at least now y'all know if y'all are at least 250 or 300, you have a spot in my party. Oh, and somebody told me that Accelerator has never tried, Bloom Break before. Somebody tell him to shut the fuck up and take his ass to the dungeon and stop complaining. Oh no, because I was listening. The reason why I had to stop everybody from talking real quick and talk straight to Accelerator, because I had a feeling something was up. And then I'll find out, gotta let you know that Accelerator has never tried the content before. He's never done a run before. Why haven't anybody told him to shut up and don't comment on something if he's never tried it? Try it first. I understand your point of view. But I would very much rather you speak if you tried it before. Personally tried it before. Grab a party, do one run, and then talk. Like, what the fuck you mean you're going to complain and go on a long rant about a content you've never tried before? When did we get so goofy? I just want to know. When the fuck did we get so goofy? So we're getting that goofy now? First, we're getting our feelings hurt by a joke about generating AI so much for a character that barely has any screen time and got their feelings hurt and decided to lash out on somebody. Now we're going on long rants about content we've never tried before. When did we get so goofy? When did we fall so low? So while I was spending time on Elso, y'all got goofier and y'all got more whinier. So, baby, please, at least do 3 runs, then talk. If you done 3 runs okay, cool. I don't mind you saying that, but like, you've never done a run before, sir? And you talking? You've never done a run before? You can't be serious. No. What? No. What the fuck is you doing? Shut up. What are you doing? Shut up. Let them talk. Let them handle it. Somebody will handle it. Sit back and watch. Talking about some, I'll just wait until it. Nah, no, don't get me wrong though. I understand where he was coming from, but it's the fact for me that you are commenting and you've never done a run before. You've never done a run before. And you felt like you could talk as if you knew everything. You've never done a run before. You probably watched videos about it thus far, but you've never done a run before. Okay, so let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. So if you've watched how some people have done limit break, did you see the TCP? Did you see the TCP from my parties? Okay, so most were over 400. Even though I didn't ask for it, I was asking for 250. Mind you, I was asking for 250. I'm gonna say it again. I was asking for 250 mil. I didn't ask for no 400 mil plus. I was asking for 250. The buy that was in my first party was 314 mil. So don't come for me. I'm just asking, why comment so much on content you've never tried before yet? You've never tried it yet. Now when you try it, you're gonna feel stupid saying all that shit. See the situation you put yourself in? Now once you try that content, you're gonna look back at everything you say and you're gonna feel stupid as fuck. Why would you put yourself in that situation? Why? Why the fuck would you put yourself in that situation? Why would you do that to yourself? Sometimes I wonder, do any of y'all ever think before you type slap down videos, slap down? Do any of y'all ever think before you type slap down shit or say shit? Or do y'all just like, I know you want to turn your brain off because you want to escape from whatever's happening in the real world or what's going on in your life and everything. And I get that. But sometimes I want y'all to think before y'all type and say some shit because Did I like, why couldn't you have just think before you said something? Okay, anyways. So, like I said, the only thing I can really do is just give my notes, give the guide videos, pray that if they actually do want to have some type of idea as to how to tackle some of these limit break bosses, they'll watch them and read them. On the guide videos, I have extra notes and so forth. So hopefully that helps out everybody who's been struggling with some of these bosses and need a refresher. Some need a refresher. Some have never tried these bosses before because they unfortunately skipped these bosses. Understandable, considering the community we had and how everything was set up and how the new player and the turning benefits actually encouraged people to gear skip and all the trials and tribulations I went through fighting everybody for them to realize, okay, maybe this wasn't the best thing. Yeah, because some things get reused. And if you skip over some things that are crucial, you're going to be clueless. That's essentially like skipping over pages in a story. You get to a point in a story and you're like, wait, how did we get here? And then you realize you skipped the whole context. Then you gotta go back and reread all that shit, and that's a pain, instead of just going through it in order. Yes. So I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all other than I see some people like make tweets to the spam war, make tweets to the weekly rewards, so people can be encouraged and all that stuff. And I guess. I don't know. I guess. Y'all making me tired. Y'all making me tired already, but I don't care. I guess, y'all. I guess. But, I personally don't have any feedback. The only feedback I have is that I actually like the content. Like, cause when I walked into UC General, I said I feel like this content was made for me. I wasn't talking about the rewards. I was talking about the actual content itself. I'm talking about actually fighting the context, fighting the content, fighting the bosses in the content. It was actually made for me because I never forgot. I've never forgot the mechanics. Although some of the slashes in phase 2 for Beelzebub were way much more slower than normal, because y'all saw how I kept having the chug pots because I kept missing the slashes, especially the slow slash and everything. That wasn't always slow. That was always instant last time I checked. They made it slower on purpose. And that tripped up a lot of us. Cause it wasn't always that slow. Yeah, I noticed that. I caught that. Yeah, I caught that immediately because I was so confused as to why I haven't dodged that. Yeah, because I know. No. No, because you thought you was slick with that one. No, I know the dodge timings. I ingrained it. Remember, you're talking to the person that religiously spanned Roach Trade when Roach Trade was in game. Yeah, I caught that. You made adjustment to those slashes. That's diabolical. You diabolical for that one. Oh, no. Come back here. Come back here. I'm gonna drag you by your hair for that one. You are diabolical for that one. Why? You evil as fuck for that one. No. You're not safe. You're not safe for that one. Why do you slow down them slashes? Girl, why did you slow down them slashes? You should. No. I don't want to hear it. Why do you slow down them slashes? You should have kept that one the same. Fix those slashes. What the heck? Nah, you know what I'm talking about. Those slashes when it comes. Talking about phase 2. When he comes. I'm talking about the final phase. When he come out the heart. It's after we don't fought Muska, Surfred, and Dermatobia. And it's after we fought the heart. He comes out. And it's the final phase, right before he does his ultimate attack if you don't have enough DPS. I'm talking about those slashes. Sometimes he does one slash, sometimes he does two. I'm talking about them slow ass slashes that those. Why you slow down on slashes? Girl. Why the fuck did you slow down on slashes? That caught even me, girl. I'm like, I know these slashes were instant because I know the dodge timing like it's the back of my hand. I religiously spammed this shit when it was in game. So why are the slashes so slow? Then I realized the first one I've done. Then I realized, motherfucker, you slow down the slashes. You evil as fuck for that one, man. Like, no, bring them normal slashes back. Don't do that to them, bro. Bring them normal slashes back, man. What the fuck? Why? Why? Who suggested that? I'm gonna fight you. I will personally fight you. You evil for that one. You evil as hell. But okay. So now I gotta learn the slash for that one. I haven't been so successful, but I know I'm gonna have to learn the timing for that one. What the fuck? That's my only complaint. Everything else, okay, cool. We gotta talk about that them slash toss timing, cause wh- why, why do you want us to suffer so badly? No, slowing down those slashes and the roach fight is saying you hate everyone. Listen, listen, okay. I want to have a heart to heart with you, okay? I understand that these motherfuckers are annoying. They are annoying me too at times, okay? I understand wholeheartedly, okay? No, 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 no. I'm not judging you. I'm telling you, I understand, okay? Okay? Listen to me. Listen to my voice. I understand. They are annoying, okay? I wholeheartedly understand. I'm not judging you. I understand. Okay? Can you change the dodge time? Can you change the dodge timing for those slashes back, please? I'm just, I'm, I just want to ask for that. That's all. That's the only thing I'm asking for. I'm not asking for much. I just want you to change that back. Okay? 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 Pretty please. May you please change that back to the normal slashes, please. That shit was frying me. I had to start chugging pots. I wanted to actually dodge that shit, but you got me resorting to chugging pots. Can you please change that back? Please. Please change that back. I'm begging you. Please. Somebody run that by the Cali. I'm not, no. I've already done my role for this situation, okay? I just want y'all to ask Callie yourself. Just ask Callie for me. Can she please think about changing the slashes for the roach back to its original dodge timing? Speed it back up, please. I'm not going to talk in that feed. I'm not going to talk in that feedback post. I just want somebody to ask her, okay? Can somebody ask her for me? I'm not going to ask. I'm going to give her. I'm sticking to my word. I'm going to be on the other side of the room, okay? I'm not leaving my corner. Thank you. That's all. That's all. That's the only thing I want to ask of y'all. Thank you. No, that's literally it. That's it. That's the only thing I have for Lemon Free. For me, it's fine. I'm actually having fun with the content. Everybody else is doing all that, but I actually like it. That's it. But the only thing I just want to change is please change that back to its original timing. I beg of you. I beg of you, please, so that they can do it easier, and so that we can do it easier. That's it. That's all I have.